Guys, let's talk about going to Africa. I want to go there. So, the best way to support this channel, right, is if you donate to the GoFundMe. And that will pay for the trip in Africa. You can donate $1, $2, $3, $4, $5. It doesn't matter. As long as you're trying to donate an amount towards that trip, the links is in the pinned comments. Okay? The links is in the pinned comments. If you want me to go to Africa, and I know a lot of you guys want me to, you keep begging me to go.
Hi guys, so this morning I saw this community post from Floyd titled "Want to see me in Africa, Kenya or Tanzania?" And I thought, I didn't take it seriously because this guy has been saying he was gonna go to Africa forever, so I'm like, okay. Then this afternoon I saw he had a live titled "Let's Go to Africa." And I still didn't take him seriously. Like I said, this guy has been saying that he was going to go to Africa forever. But then I was watching the live chats, and in the live chat, one of the passport bros, and he is a very respected passport bro among the passport bro community, he posted, "Oh, if you went to Africa, your view and your subscriber will double." And I'm like, oh, now I believe, I believe that Floyd will go because people are more likely to do something when it brings some material benefit, when it's beneficial to them, right? So and being in Africa is good for passport bro YouTubers, right? Because as we saw with Aston, when Aston was in Africa, his subscriber number increased significantly. There was a lot of views. He got a lot of views for his videos and for his live. But when he left Africa, he was saying that, in one of the lives he made either in East Europe or in Argentina, that the growth on his subscriber number has plateaued and the viewership has almost, his channel right now is almost dead. He doesn't get the number of views he used to get when he was in Africa. So it's obvious that being in Africa is good for passport bro YouTubers. And so I now believe that Floyd is serious about going to Africa, and that's why I decided to make this video, because I don't want this guy in Africa. I don't want him in Africa. This guy is a black woman hater. I mean, I called Aston a black woman hater, but this guy is worse than Aston. This guy hates black women. One time, you know how Aston sometimes on his live, he would have Tinder photos of women, and the panels would, rate the women. So they had a picture of this black Brazilian, I think. She's either black Brazilian or, I know she was not black American. She was some black foreign woman. And she was so beautiful, and everybody was like, "Oh, she's beautiful, she's beautiful." And when they asked Floyd what he thought of her, he said something like he would have found her beautiful if she was white. So that tells you how much this guy hates black women. He doesn't see any beauty in black women, no matter how they are packaged, no matter what their skin tone is, no matter what they look like. He doesn't find black women attractive. And there is this one live he and Aston did in East Europe. I think it was titled "We Are Bored in Europe and Going to Brazil." In that live, it was so embarrassing because they were trying to convince Floyd to like black women.
But when it comes to the ranking, I still put them at number 3.
Number 3. I put them at number 1.
I still put black women at number 1, then Latinas number 2, then Europeans number 3.
We be beefing about that because he loves black women and I love white women. So we be beefing off camera about that.
They said we don't want to see white women. That's fine. I'm not gonna argue with you on that.
Yeah.
I want to see them. I like them.
Yeah.
I like them. I don't love them the way I love them, the black sisters though. Floyd, we gonna turn Floyd out into black women. That's what we're gonna do.
I think it was the American black woman.
Like, so, I mean, for me, it is embarrassing. I mean, imagine you are a black person and there was almost an intervention to get you to like, people, who look like you. I mean, it is so embarrassing. Anyways, so we don't want this kind of man in Africa, right? We don't want a man who hates black women in a continent full of black women. And here is the thing. In that live, he was trying to say that the reason he doesn't like black women is because of black American women, because black American women rejected him.
Said bro's a sellout, laugh my ass off. Oh, that's funny.
And I think the reason why I'm not really into it's because American black women really did it for me.
But if you watch other lives, he said that all races of women were rejecting him in America. So how is it that the rejection he got from black American women make him hate all black women, whereas the rejection he got from non-black American women doesn't make him hate all non-black women, the non-black women outside Africa, because we see him dating, non-black women in Brazil and enjoying dating them. So it tells you that these men do not hate black American women because black American women have bad attitude or black American women behave badly. No, they hate black American women because black American women are black. Let me tell you guys, I have seen 2 or 3 tweets from black men saying that black skin, especially dark black skin, only looks good on black men. So these people, these passport bros, could lie as much as they want and say that they only hate the black American women because of their behavior, but we know that they hate them because of their, the color of their skin and because of what they look like, because of what the black American women look like. And guess what? In Africa, the women look like the black American women. Africa is a continent full of black women who look like black American women. So, of course, these men are not going to like these women. But here is the thing, and people might say, so what? I mean, just because a black man doesn't like black women doesn't mean they shouldn't go to Africa. And I agree. I mean, you don't have to like black women to be, welcomed in Africa. I think people who do not like black women, people who think black women are ugly, should be allowed to go to Africa and be welcomed in Africa. But the problem is this. I expect people who do not like black women to stay away from black women when they go to Africa. Right? But that's not what people, the passport bros will do, right? The passport bros are traveling to Africa. They're not traveling to Africa to see big mountains or to kayak on big lakes or to go on safaris, right? So they're going there to date women that they don't like. They are going to date these women, and I'm putting date in quotes because it will bring them views. They are there. I mean, how degrading would it be for a black woman, a black African woman, to be with a man who is actually disgusted by her very existence, to be near him, to be going on a date with him? It is absolutely degrading. It's absolutely disgusting. And that's why I don't want this this Floyd guy in Africa. And another reason I don't want him in Africa is this guy looks down on people, on women in poor countries. I mean, I don't know if you watch his lives, his shows. His audience will tell him, take shower before you go on a date, brush your teeth, put on clean clothes. He will say, no, I don't have to do all that because here I am in Brazil. I have American dollars. I have American American passport, so I don't have to, to do all that. Imagine what his audience is asking him to do is almost like the minimist, the bare minimum, right? I mean, brushing your teeth, taking shower, putting on clean clothes is the bare minimum. But because he looks down on poor women, he doesn't want to do that. So I don't want this kind of snobbish person, a person who has this kind of classist mentality, to go to Africa. And so hopefully, we will find a way to stop him from going to Africa. And let me say one more thing. This guy copies Austin. Like, he copies every freaking thing Austin does. He once copied Austin's thumbnail. Austin has this almost signature thumbnail where he palms his face whenever he is in trouble or something, right? That is almost like his signature thumbnail. Floyd copied that. Like, Floyd copies every freaking thing Austin does. If you watch Floyd's lives, he does what Austin used to do. Because for some reason, Floyd thinks Austin is almost like, God. Like, he is a perfect teacher. So he has to follow every freaking thing Austin does. And I think that's one reason he's going to Africa, because Austin was in Africa. He has to go to Africa. And if you do not believe me, he is copying Austin. Floyd is trying to, the order of African countries he wants to visit is almost copying, not almost, is copying Austin, because he plans to go to Tanzania first, then to Kenya, which is what Austin did when he was in Africa. He went to Tanzania first, then to Kenya. So,
but you know what? I think what I'll do is go to Tanzania first, and then I will go to Kenya.
So it is kind of sad, because Floyd doesn't seem to have his own, personality. He probably has his own personality, but because he probably doesn't have that much life experience, he thinks, the right thing to do is to copy someone whom he thinks has a, great life experience. I mean, the thing is, Austin is actually younger than Floyd, but for some reason, Floyd thinks, he needs to copy Austin. I'm like, why? I mean, anyways, yeah. So one reason he's going to Africa is because he wants to copy Austin, because Floyd wants to be Austin. Like, Floyd just copies everything Austin does. I mean, so yeah, he is going to Africa because Austin went to Africa, and not only is he copying, he'll stay there, he's actually even copying the order of countries that Austin went to. Anyways, let me know what you think. Thank you. Bye-bye.